Okay, Maria is here with us because, of course, the weather is one of the biggest stories this morning. We're watching this as that rain intensifies throughout the morning.
Yeah, we're picking up some of that heavier rain, most definitely outside right now. I've been watching the... Hi, Aroxia. We like looking at you. Yeah. We do. All four of you.
Please put it on to Maria because she's the important one right now.
We do enjoy it. Should I just keep talking? Maybe you guys can, do sign... Okay.
We were about to charades the weather.
Exactly. Speaking of the weather, yes, indeed, it has been top of mind for all of us because we're very concerned about mud and debris flows, landslides, due to the stronger cells that we are expecting. And we're definitely picking it up now on our satellite radar pictures. We're going to kind of zoom in here on this area of the map here near that Eaton fire where precipitation has increased a bit. In just the last few moments, this cell was actually here, but we were picking up over 1/3 of an inch per hour with this. So if you are traveling around today or you have plans to be out and about, you might want to just postpone because of the flooded roadways, and it's going to get worse as we get to the afternoon. Picking up some of the heavier rain here, you see the yellows. That's where some of those rainfall rates are getting to about 1/3 of an inch per hour. That's still below the threshold that can trigger those mud and debris flows, but we've been watching for maybe a rainfall rate of 1/2 an inch to 3/4 of an inch per hour. That's when we get really concerned for those very vulnerable areas. There's that potent storm, the center just offshore, and we're picking up and tapping into the subtropical moisture, that atmospheric river, which is aimed over Southern California right now. And part of the reason why the snow level is still on the higher side because of that slightly milder air and that temperature from the southwest. But as that low and the rest of that cold front moves in later this afternoon and evening, that snow level is expected to drop to about 6,000 feet, potentially 5,500 feet. And we're going to talk about 1 to 2 feet of snow up there total-wise for our resorts, up at the very top of Big Bear. But yes, we're very concerned with the heaviest rainfall coming in around 2 p.m. to 9 p.m. That's going to be the peak of the storm system, and that's going to bring the likelihood of flooding, mud and debris flows. Also, some swift water rescues more than likely will increase as we get to the afternoon and evening. Here's one of our computer models. So this is at this hour, at the 11 o'clock hour. We're picking up that stronger cell that I just showed you earlier, the mountains and the foothills near that Eaton fire. As we continue to 3 p.m., notice how it expands a bit. So moderate to heavy rain will continue. That goes for the evening commute as well through tonight. And then as we get during the overnight hours, some of that heavy stuff will be primarily over the Inland Empire. And then we get lighter showers as we get into tomorrow morning, lingering showers for tomorrow night. So whatever you have planned for Valentine's Day, your Valentine, it could involve an umbrella, depending on where you are. So we've been talking about evacuation warnings versus evacuation orders. So I just wanted to give you, again, the definition of what's the difference. When you get that warning, that means a potential and threat to your life and property is there. So you want to gather all your important information, all those items. But if you do have pets and large animals, you do want to leave now when you have this warning. When you get the evacuation order, that means you must leave now because that immediate threat to life and property is there or is imminent. So it's critical to follow the directions, and you want to stay alert to what officials are saying in and around those areas, please. So we got to get through today and that heavy rain, and then some showers tomorrow. And then the weekend looks good. It's a long holiday weekend with that President's Day holiday. We'll get more sunshine on Monday and much drier conditions, really, as we get into Saturday afternoon and Sunday and Monday. High elevation snow. We'll get some snow tomorrow morning as that snow level drops to about 5,500 feet. And even in the desert communities, we're seeing that chance for showers all the way into the Coachella Valley. Palm Springs getting up near 80 degrees as we get to the President's Day holiday on Monday. Right, stay safe out there. Try to stay off the roads if you can. Back to you.
All right, Marie, thank you. So the threat of mudslides from this latest storm prompted evacuation warnings in recent burn zones, including Pacific Palisades, and Mario Ramirez is there.
Those evacuation orders and warnings went into effect this morning. We're along Sunset Boulevard near PCH, where one of those neighborhoods is facing the threat of increased mud and debris flows with this ongoing rain. We've already seen some of that activity in the area. A mudslide was triggered near Big Rock Drive, bringing thick mud and rocks from the hillside down onto the road.
We want you to be aware of the concern if you live in an area that was recently burned, and most people are well aware that when the rain comes, there's potential for mudslides.
Utility and emergency crews are still working in some of these areas despite the wet weather.
It does make it harder because it's just pulling on that thing. Sometimes we either climb up the dirt and you're all slipping. Like it makes it way harder, but you know, it still needs to get done.
The evacuation warnings in the Palisades fire zone were issued at 7 o'clock this morning, and about 106 properties considered to be at a higher risk were given mandatory orders.
It's the rate and the duration. If it comes down slow and steady, Mother Earth is a sponge. She'll soak it up. If it comes down heavy in a short time frame is where we tend to see problems.
The rain continues to fall, and you can see the thick cloud cover over this area. That flash flood watch in effect through this evening, and the warnings that went into effect this morning are expected to last until at least tomorrow afternoon. In Pacific Palisades, I'm Mario Ramirez. Back to you.
And in Orange County, voluntary evacuation warnings are in effect for areas near the airport fire burn scar. And Coco McAvoy is live in Rancho Santa Margarita, where residents are waiting to see what happens next. Coco?
Good morning, and residents with large animals are told to find an evacuation plan now, just in case that rain gets very heavy. But we're on Trabuco Canyon Road here in Trabuco Canyon, and there is a road closure just ahead here because of this storm as well. Now, again, there is a concern with debris flow and flooding from this storm. The National Weather Service warns significant rainfall is expected today, and that heavy rainfall can lead to dangerous conditions. Let's take a look here to show you the list of some other areas that are under voluntary evacuation warnings. It includes Trabuco Canyon, also Hot Springs Canyon, Bell Canyon, Long Canyon, and Majeska Canyon. Again, people with large animals are encouraged to move those animals because of this storm. People located downhill from the airport fire burn scar are at a high risk of flash flooding and debris flow as well. And again, that really is the big concern here this morning, is anyone living near those burn scar areas. You're going to want to have a plan in place just in case it does continue to get worse and conditions do get dangerous here in Orange County. I'll send it back to you.
All right, Coco, thank you for that update.